Well, it seems like the blaze caved in. Can't handle the heat, get out of the fire, blaze. Just the way it is. You're dealing with the wrong person. And yet, the right person. So John Blaze does a show. I'm not going to mention him no more because I don't want to be put in self-destruct. He knows who he's dealing with. I don't have to say why, but he knows. And why. And, I can be ruthless when I want to. If I need to be ruthless. When you have damaged my reputation and or my special someone. Oh, we only talk about fictional characters on here. Oh, come on. Go join your buddy in that detention center. You can talk story all you want about how you guys just talk about fictional characters. John has a way of trying to save face. I noticed that. Well, we're just going to do things a different way, and I realized that this guy is somebody to deal with after all. So we're going to do things differently on here. We're not going to mention his name anymore, and it's his way of putting the flag up, because he knows I got information on him in every sort. Now, like I said, guys, I'm cool. I won't bother anybody, I just give them warnings, and I say, hey, okay, how do you feel about what you said? Do you want ramifications to everything you're talking about? Do you want me to prove it? How far do you want me to go? And he knows me. He's been following me forever. Yeah, he was even doubtful in the past that I'd ever be able to get the fucking mantis in a fucking legal situation. But I did. Right, Blaze? That's right. My tenacity is something to think about. Hey, I'm retired. The time on my hands, no big shit for me. But I always warned, if you push it so far, I'll push it as far as I could possibly go. I think the Blazer knows that. So the Blazer caved in. White flag up, white flag up. Heard the story before. And of course Fazio's okay. Well, he's not okay, but he's not in a good direction. People who spread rumors that Fazio died, I knew that was a bullshit story to begin with. Fazio's too stubborn to die. Yeah, but like I said, I did very factual shows about lifestyle. When you live in an environment that is not very conducive to good health, I mean, grounds, not having clean running water, having your toilet next to where you cook. I could go on and on. Toxins that are on the property. How could you keep healthy? How could you keep healthy when you eat more pork than, what is the religious denomination that they don't eat pork? All right, one of them I thought eats a lot of pork. Maybe I'm doing it backwards. But anyway, the guy eats more pork than flies could consume. I mean, it's not healthy. Your lymphatic system is just fucking exploding. The whole body goes into an inflammatory response. He'll get his someday, too. I told you, I got a good memory. I know what Foz did to me. In detail. He put me through holy fucking hell. Karma has to say a big hello to this mofo. Look, there are people that deserve things, and there's people that don't deserve. Fazio's one of them. I say really openly, I always did. I don't know if you all know how much involvement Fazio had with this Y thing. You'd be shocked. You see, he don't like to lose anything. And when he does, just like that case that he tried to put against me, my lawyers came to the rescue and they put a quash to this mofo. That's right. I don't hesitate on getting a lawyer. I don't care. You pull some shit on me that defames my character or somebody I love. Fuck, you're dealing with me until something is resolved one way or the other, man. That's just the way it is. See, the way I see things is that, fun is fun. Absolutely. I like having a little fun. But I think sometimes you can push things sometimes a little bit too far on YouTube, And that's why we got this, now we're calling him the praying mantis, because he's doing a whole lot of praying, because he fucked with the wrong person. He pushed it too hard. Pushed it. Now where is he? Oh, I'm the guy that said he would never, you all said I would never do anything, right? Never gonna happen. He's the guy, certainly, that said it ain't never gonna happen either, but where is he now? Gotta understand something. I like having a little fun on YouTube, guys. I wouldn't have been around this long if I didn't have some fun on here. And I didn't find it entertaining. But I did find a lot of it entertaining. There's some stuff I just did not find entertaining. A lot of people think I don't do anything on the side. That if you really pushed me so far, then I'm not doing anything about you. Simply because I don't talk about it, okay? I just took a different stance, a different direction. That I'm not going to give all vital information out as to what or what not I'm doing about any individual on here. that is deserving to be dealt with in some way or another because they said things that was so offensive about myself or somebody that I happen to love. I don't let this shit go by. You might think I do. Well, you're getting the hint that I don't. I mean, we got a guy facing 5 counts of cybercrime. That must tell you something, okay? Who's been sitting in jail, as of now, I think it's about almost official, 9 fucking months. So get a clue, folks. I don't sit back and let this shit happen. As I said, my skin isn't that thin. I had insults through the years. Even given some myself, tit for tat, but there comes a point where they go over the line. And though you think I'm not doing something about a particular individual, you'll be wrong. You just never know. I just took a different stance on this. I'm not going to talk about whether I'm doing something about somebody else, or I have done it already, or I will do it, or won't do it, or whatever. Nah, take the fun out of it. I told you guys, I got a good memory. I think everybody out there understands that if your family was attacked like mine has been, okay, and we're just not talking my girlfriend. I talked about my daughter, my brother, my father, my mother. He got pretty deep into the doo-doo. Nothing wrong with my memory at all. And I'm going to give a line for the Blaze. The Blaze must rephase. The Blaze must rephase. Because he knows I'm on his trail. He knows I'm on his tail. And for damn good reasons. I don't want to hear about this fictional characters and shit. You pushed me too far, Mr. Blaze. You pushed me way too far. You don't want to be in Barry's situation. I record everything because I know that once one individual starts with me and continues, it forces me to document everything. And I do mean everything, whether it's a comment on somebody's show or their own show. He's pissed off because I expose who he is. Well, too fucking bad. There's payment and payback to everything you do on here, man. If you've gone that distance, that is. I can let things slide, and I have, actually, a lot of shit on here. Certain things I will not let slide. I'm going to give you a direct statement, Mr. Larry Evans. Very direct statement. Yes, that's a good idea. Don't talk about me on your show. See if you got what it takes to be a vlogger. And be able to come up with topic matter. It's too easy just to talk about somebody on here. It doesn't make you a vlogger. If your whole show is about one person and you're inciting others to do things against that person, it doesn't make you in a good light, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, my finger is on the pulse of these people. Everything they do, everything they say. And they know it. Hey, I say, man, I like having my fun on here. It's all good. It's all good. There's really no reason for me to even be on, to tell you the truth. I'm so fucking bored with this shit. But I have my moments when there's topic matters I like to talk about on here. But at least with me, I have the ability to come up with topic matter. And to pronounce the word genre the way it's supposed to be pronounced instead of genre. I know a few people that are still doing that. I still get a kick on that. We got a channel that devotes completely its content about me. Completely. And look, I realize some people like to yank my chain. And that's all it really is. It don't even mean that they don't like me. They just like yanking my chain to create a show. It's like a hobby. And judging from the amount of time that they spend, I just did a show on that. Judging from the amount of time that they spend on me, damn, there's something real going on behind this shit. I mean, they're shut-ins or something, or they just don't have a hobby, or they're really not into their relationship if they are in one, or they don't have a relationship, or they have nothing else to fall back on. Nobody in their right mind spends the amount of time, for example, the Swampcast copycat channel system on there, all related. Nobody spends that amount of time copying somebody's show and doing shows religiously about somebody and then analyzes line by line, syllable by syllable, everything they say, adjective by adjective, noun by noun, pronoun by pronoun. Nobody, that's not even fooling around and being like a clown gesture to do this either. This is serious shit. Nobody, but nobody is in their right mind or is living the life. If they have that kind of time, copy your show every single day and to analyze everything you say and turn it into something negative, despite proving them wrong, they can't handle. That's the part they can't handle. Now, wait a minute now. I thought I had the best of him. No, I got to turn his medical statement, for example. Let's break this thing apart. The doctors don't know what they're talking about. I say he has COPD. They don't want to accept the fact that my health is holding out for my age and I'm doing fine. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely get sinus problems. And yes, the act that I am smoking does exacerbate something that comes up because, well, you're introducing irritants, just like the pollution in the street doesn't help you either. If you got allergies and sinus problems and shit like that. Doesn't mean you got COPD. I'm glad I don't get me wrong. But they want me to have COPD because they want to be right. Look, they're pulling my chain. That's all part of it. I get it. But can you imagine, really, I got to talk about this again. Can you imagine, and this is not just their channel, even the Blazer doesn't have anything to talk about. If he lives such a full life that he talks about with the big Bubba Grandmaster, barbecue and the trailer, and he's got this and that, and the ranch house he's got, and all that stuff. Guy that works in the aviation industry, who should have lots of friends, who should have lots of colleagues, who should have lots of activity in his life, comes on here, decides to point his compass to me, and all he does is talk about me on here. I've always thought there was something wrong with the Blaze. I've always thought that he was a liar, and I proved it. Now, his newest thing is that, I'm not going to come on camera now. I want to be private now. Well, what, because I exposed your ass? Is that why? Johnny? Remember, Johnny, they all float. And you floated. You floated to the surface. I brought you to the surface, mofo. You believe this, Goober? Oh, I'm not going to talk about this guy anymore. Yeah, right. That's your whole show. Don't you concentrate on your boy there. Your boy that's sitting in jail now. Why don't you pay him a conjugal visit or something? You might as well fuck each other up the ass because you both come from the same fucking mold. And you're both from Alabama. Well, actually, there's a little discrepancy on that. There is a possibility that the Blazer could have been either raised or born in Alabama. Or maybe has relatives in Alabama. He might even have a business in Alabama, but I'm not buying all that. But he lied to everyone. He used, again, saying that he's in Alabama, when we figured out that he's not. Or I figured it out anyway, because he's dealing with me. So I exposed him as a fucking liar all this time. And then he was saying that right now he's supposed to be in the Philippines, or was in the Philippines. But we caught him in lies, too, on some of his statements when he was talking on his show a few times. He said there and here, that's where he messed up. With there and here. He was talking about his girlfriend or wife or whatever she's supposed to be, or his concubine, as he likes to call people, special someone. Concubine. Isn't that what you called mine, a concubine? Do you have a concubine? Okay. Well, we caught him in a lie. He's supposed to be in the Philippines, but then he said here in the States, the same sentence or other, exposed himself on a lie that he wasn't in the Philippines, that he was in the United States. And then it went the other way around. We heard that part too. He was supposed to be in the States, or something. He's in the Philippines. So what is to believe about the Blaze anyway? Nothing. This guy is just another one of these people that are starved for attention. It's really amazing. If you're in the aviation industry, you got friends that are mechanics. I never thought I was that interesting. I think I could give a pretty good show. I think I have a lot of topics I could talk about quite eloquently, but I like to have fun like anybody else too, but never thought I was that interesting. Except people are fascinated with me. They're absolutely enthralled with me when they actually do shows about me. I find that fascinating. I find that absolutely fascinating. I don't know. Maybe there's something to my personality that is quite unique. Well, I always thought I was unique, to tell you the truth, but, to get me this far, be such a topic of discussion, simply because I'm one of the few that tell the truth. And nothing but the truth, so help me. Telling the truth on YouTube is not an easy task for a lot of people. It's really not. It's really not. Why? Because sometimes a lot of these people, there's really nothing interesting happening in their life at all. Or they find themselves very alone in the world, and they just want the attention. Like I always say, even negative attention is still attention. And sometimes you got to get attention any way you can, like that little crying kid who drive his mommy and daddy crazy because he wants that toy or something, and he wants to get it. And he's going to be a cranky little asswipe kid and cry and be cantankerous until he gets what he wants. Well, adults do this too, and these are some great examples. And they're all supposedly adults. So John Blaze caves in. I'm not going to be, you know why? Because he's been found out. I'm not going to talk about this guy anymore, he says. Because you've been found out. And because I'm pushing it hard, baby. I'm pushing it hard, and I'm pushing it hard. And the more you push, the more I'm going to push back, mofo. I've exposed what you look like. I exposed where you work. I exposed where you lived. What do you want next? What's the next step that I'm going to do, or should do, or have done, or will do, or should do? It's up to you, pal. Yes, it's a good idea. Try to claim to be some very intelligent hick. But why don't you show us some level of your intelligence? What else could you talk about other than cow punching? What else could you talk about other than your Big Bubba barbecue smoker? You're boring, John Blaze. You've always been boring. But more so, you're a liar. And you've lied to everyone who's ever followed you. You've lied to everyone who's ever listened to you about everything. Your identity. Yeah. 1,000 subscribers, you made a promise you were going to come on camera from now on. But you disappointed your Blazettes, didn't you? I feel this way. When somebody's got something to hide, they will never come on camera. But because of the fact that he was exposed, now he's backing off? No, he's not backing off. He's not backing off at all. Are you, John? Are you, Larry? I know you, Larry. You don't think I know you, but I know more about you than you probably know about yourself. I have the capability of doing that and finding out things when it's worthwhile. You're kind of small potatoes on YouTube, and you always will be. And I never put you on a high ground or high level as far as who's worthwhile putting the time and effort into finding information about. You weren't really in that position with me, but you put yourself in that position with me. I'm always going to be learning more and more about you, because I do have time on my hands. Yes, I do have time on my hands. I'm retired. All the time in the world. Do whatever it is I want. Whether it's travel, whether it's sit on my ass, whether it's talk on YouTube, whatever I want to do. Whatever I want to do. If you want to be part of my life, if you want me to continue to expose you, I will. You caught yourself in a whole shit load of lies, Mr. Evans. They all know that now. You're not respected on here, and you never will. But the only people that are kissing your ass are those that are in opposition of me who, well, put it this way, fought against me and lost. And they tried to find every fault against me. They ate crow for over 8 fucking years. Those are the only people that are going to be supportive of you and or your channel. Those are the only people. And by the way, you know how many people with sock accounts are out there? I've come to the conclusion a long time ago. I don't have a bunch of haters out there. Not what it seems to be. A lot of people are going under sock accounts. I give people the option. I give them the option. They can challenge me all they want. I've always said that I like a good challenge if it's worthwhile. Sometimes it gets awfully boring. It's the same repetitive, redundant crap they say time after time after time. Hey, man, I'm not on here to hassle people, man. But I'll give people a run for their money. No doubt about that, and I prove that. I'll give you a run for your money. I have no problem with that. I find it entertaining most of the time. When I don't find it entertaining, that's when I go into overdrive. And you'll find out what overdrive is. And you already did, didn't you? Something you haven't mentioned to your viewers, have you, John? Huh? Yeah, I know what it is. That's why John's getting scared of the buckshot. He knows what I'm talking about. That's just the start. That's just the start. He'll find out that too. If he does continue talking about me on his show. There's step 2 to this. Yeah. I'm not going to say what that is, but he'll find out. If he allows me to push forward on step 2, his world is going to fall apart completely, utterly. But don't take my word. Just take my actions. So, are we okay, Johnny, or what? You want to dispel with your infantile bullshit and you're attacking me and mine? Let me know when you're done. You gotta write me on an email. Write me anytime you want. And I'll stop right here. If you stop, that's the deal. You stop mentioning me, stop talking about all the bullshit, stop doing all your lying on here, stop inciting other people. Oh, you weren't trying to incite people to go to these court hearings and cause a havoc? You weren't doing that, were you? Look, dude, let me tell you something. In all seriousness, I got you documented just as well as I documented the goober that's sitting in jail right now. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you do, and I think you do. And there's a reason why I think that. I think you know I mean business. I think you know very well what I'm talking about, don't you? We won't discuss it on here. Okay, that's done. You're done talking about me, I'll be done talking about you. Try to find some interesting topic matter to try to carry your channel, because God knows you need it. Because you are absolutely fucking boring. Boring I've never been. You, maybe it's I don't know, inherent trait or something. You even sound like Forrest Gump, your voice, the way you talk. I never know what's inside this box of chocolate. You talk just like Forrest Gump. Oh boy. Hey, look, you've been exposed. We know what you look like. And I could go on camera. Nothing to hide anymore now, Johnny. There's nothing to hide. I exposed you. I gave you full exposure. You're free. I freed your soul. Now your boys can hang down there, as Kramer said on Seinfeld. I'm free. My boys are free. When Kramer decided not to wear underwear anymore, his boys were freed. Well, I'm freeing you. Your boys are freed, okay? I released the hounds, some of them. Now, you don't have to hide anymore. Now you got a little bit of poetic license to do some interesting shows that maybe I'll even listen to. Come up with some interesting topic matter. Maybe you'll actually earn some subscribers and viewers. Imagine that. Doing things the right way, the proper way, and actually coming up with real, honest topics. Oh, I'm sure you could do it, Blaze. You must have the capability. If you have the capability of fixing a chopper, or even the ability to fly a chopper, you got some learning ability. I have faith in you. Prove it to us that you could be topical. I don't mean topical meaning on one person, because you decided that you didn't like him. Well, somebody decided they didn't like me. A couple people. Now they're facing court time. See how that shit works, John? It gets ugly sometimes. We don't want to go there. Even I don't want to go there. Why do you say we just leave it at this right now? What do you say, John? What do you say? What do you say, pal? What do you say? Unless you want more of me, I'll give you all I can give you, son. Now, go be a good boy and put out a fire somewhere, okay? We'll be listening. I'm always listening.